you were to pick anyone to do this job back then, it wouldn't have been me. Hi, I'm DanTDM, and this is my YouTube story. You don't want to miss this, so make sure you subscribe. Now, back to my story. I used to make like silly animations, like stop motion animations, where you would use either clay or paper and then move it frame by frame. And the only way to show that to people without literally taking your computer screen to someone back then was putting them on YouTube or somewhere like that. From there, I moved into one of my big hobbies, which was Pokemon cards. And when my brother introduced me to Minecraft, I then discovered the YouTube side of gaming a little bit more, and then decided to have a go myself. And within a few months, my Minecraft channel overtook my Pokemon one. So I had to shift them round, and then it just like grew ridiculously fast. Dan here from the Dynamo Minecart, and welcome to another Minecraft mod showcase. When I got paid the first time, I was like, oh, actually this is growing a ridiculous amount. It equaled the same amount as what I got paid for my Saturday job. That was the moment where I was like, oh, I should probably put as much time as I can into this and see if I can make it into a career. But it was so new that no one had really had like a really lengthy career in YouTube because it was still so new. Nothing on the scale like this almost 10 years later. Like the numbers just on a screen were getting quite big, but then when you meet even just like a couple hundred people at a meet and greet, you realize how many people are actually watching your videos. And then when you travel almost anywhere in the world and then people are wanting to meet you, recognize you and come to your shows, it's just like a whole nother level of understanding of how big YouTube is just in general. Yeah, it's crazy. So when I got opportunities outside of YouTube, like I did a book, the tour was probably the biggest one because at that time I was doing 2 videos a day, literally 365 days a year I was doing 2 videos. But then combining that with all the travel, prep, writing, rehearsals, and actually doing the tour was really challenging. I would have to like batch record like 10 to 14 videos and then edit those after each show because I didn't have editors at the time. I don't even know how I did it, to be honest. Like it's stupid to try. Probably my favorite thing I've ever done is the tour because it was just a complete new experience. I got to meet so many of the people that watched my videos. It was just crazy, like a ridiculous experience. This is a bit of a different video from me. I've never done a IRL video before on this channel, so this is what I look like. I'm pretty shy in general, but back when I started making videos, I was like painfully shy. So at school, I wouldn't talk to anyone except for like a close circle of friends. If you were to pick anyone to do this job back then, it wouldn't have been me. So it was a good way to practice being more outgoing and kind of find your personality and show it off a bit more to the world. I don't think I'd be the same person now without YouTube. And if this happens to be the first video that you've seen by me, then please do subscribe for more vlogs every single week and also daily Minecraft gaming content. Before, YouTubers were uploading once or twice every single day, and to do that for like years on end is quite taxing when you're trying to always come up with new ideas, fresh ideas, especially since like becoming a parent and stuff as well. Trying to manage work and personal life is probably the biggest challenge, but we figured it out just about. Who's that?
Keke.
Yeah. Do you want to play some games?
Yeah.
I think you need to put more effort into your content nowadays to make quality over quantity, whereas before it was the other way around. With gaming anyway, you could get away with recording like an hour's worth of footage, cut that up, and that was a video. Whereas now, production values, even for just regular creators, is really high. There's so much more knowledge out there. Everyone knows what being a YouTuber is now. As long as you keep a regular schedule and your viewers know when to expect videos, or you're still working on content, then that's fine. I think that's the biggest change from the normal grind. Hey, I'm DanTDM and welcome to my office. This right here is the main backdrop that you see in my videos. It's usually pretty blurry, so you can focus on my face, unfortunately for you. But I guess what you really want to know about is this right here, my complete gaming and recording rig. I have 2 PCs running into 3 monitors total. I've also got Elgato key lights and KRK Rocket 5 audio monitors that you can see. And I love this. This is literally my dream setup. The reason I have 2 PCs is so that I can have one that is dedicated to gameplay and the other which is then dedicated to doing all the capturing, recording, and streaming. For microphone, I'm currently using the Neumann TLM 102 and it is a beast. It's
so good. I'm also rocking an external compressor, which is the Tube MPC, and then I'm putting that straight into my Focusrite 2i2. That allows me to capture and compress my mic audio before it even hits the PC. I just feel like the hardware compressors work nicer and sound better. I'm also using 2 Magic Force keyboards, 1 for each PC. I use 1 Model O mouse for each PC, which I absolutely love. They're so light and the glide on them is just really smooth. And for software, I primarily use OBS for my audio and my face cam. This camera right here, the Sony a7 III, is plugged in via a cam link, which takes a HDMI signal into a USB one and allows me to display it really easily and record it in OBS, which is a free program, by the way. And also does streaming. It's extremely reliable and I'll never use anything else. It's so good. When I've done all my capturing, I then put that into Adobe Premiere. That's where I edit all my clips. And for thumbnails, I use Photoshop. I actually use a really old version of Photoshop because it's the one I know the best. I think that's pretty much all I use. I think, yeah.
With regular gameplay, I just want to make sure that it will be as engaging as possible. No flat moments. Usually change cuts like every 5 or 6 seconds just to keep retention. As long as I'm having fun with it, I feel like that comes across in the videos. That's usually where I start. Am I going to enjoy this? Is my audience going to enjoy this? If the answer is yes to both, then I'll make it. Because you can have an insanely good video, not a great title, not a great thumbnail, and then no one will see it because that's just the way the algorithm works at the moment. My thumbnail process usually begins before I've even made the video, ideally, or I'll think of a moment while I'm recording. I'm like, okay, that needs to be in the thumbnail or in the title. Making them really simple, adding a face in there, especially if it's recognizable. But yeah, just keeping it simple and bright is usually my go-to for thumbnails. I've been trying something recently where I add maybe like a keyword sometimes too, because humans are just drawn to faces and text and bright colors. It's kind of more human psychology than anything. It's weird. Advice I would give my younger self is to try and enjoy it more. I think I got a little bit too caught up in focusing on having to get content out all the time. And then even when doing stuff like the tour, I kind of wish that I just didn't make videos for that time or made less so I could focus more on just enjoying the whole tour experience rather than being like, okay, show's done. I need to not sleep and make the videos instead. I wish I just took a bit longer to enjoy the moment, but at the same time, I don't know whether the channel would be where it is now if I didn't do that few years of like solid grinding on videos and content and tours and books. I love being able to create stuff, and the flexibility, meeting people who also enjoy your content is fantastic. I love it. I decided to join uTure because I really want to see and help grow some smaller creators, because now quality is so high, even for the smallest creators when people are starting out. It's so saturated out there. It's really hard to find a niche. I just want to help someone or a group of people have a new platform to be able to elevate their content and maybe reach a brand new audience. We could find the next huge YouTuber, which would be insane. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to uTure.